Hey fam, Ahliyah here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video where I want to test and try out and follow Jackie Aina's entire face routine, almost to the T, but I might add, I'm a little twang on some things. She has a foundation routine as well as a concealer routine that she just uploaded, and honestly, her technique is very interesting. I really like the tips that she gives and how she's learned how to master her makeup over the years. I really respect her tips because, she's been doing makeup longer than I've been doing makeup, so I know she knows a few things, and I just love the way she be breaking stuff down, and her makeup looks absolutely flawless and unclockable. Okay, I really love her beats and I love the way her makeup wears throughout the day, so I do want to try a few tips of hers and apply it to my routine today. I don't know if I'll do it like verbatim, okay, because y'all know I like to put my own spin on things. I do believe inspiration is a seed, not a copy. Okay, so without further ado, if you are interested in tuning into today's video where I will be trying out some makeup tips from Auntie Jackie, then subscribe to my channel. If you are not already subscribed, tap that bell to be notified of my future uploads. And when you tap that bell, an option will pop up. Click on options and ensure all notifications are enabled, including my creator posts. And stay tuned, keep on watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. Alright, so Jackie Aina always preps her skin. I've already done my skincare routine. I do an entire 10-step Korean skincare routine to my skin. I have about 2 videos on my channel all about that. And I also have a skincare story highlight on my Instagram about what I currently use, what I've used up. So go ahead and follow your girl on Instagram if you want to see my Instagram skincare story highlight. And I also have a giveaway going on my Instagram as well, so follow your girl. I'm not really a primer girl, but I probably should start to get into primers. The thing is, I don't wear my makeup for long periods of time because, I'm just at that stage where I'm not really invited to events like that. I don't have to look good for events. I really just look good for the camera, look good for the tube, look good for the gram, and then go ahead and wash off my face. That's really what I do. A few times I've worn my makeup for long periods of time, but it's just not something I do regularly. That's why, I just don't really care for primer. But maybe I should get into primer so I know what I like. Fenty Beauty actually just released their true matte primer. So they have a soft matte one, and then now they released a matte one. So let's try this matte one out. I'm not really a matte person, but it is the summertime. I do have oily skin. My skin already looks oily right now. I can't stop producing. She applies a lot of different primers. So I have about 3 in front of me. I have the Derma Blend, Insta Grip. I know you can't see it. My light's too damn bright, I know. And then also this L'Oreal Glow Lock. I really don't need to use this because my skin is already, pretty plump, tacky, moisturized. Let's just apply this new Fenty Beauty one to the center of my face. Oh, it's very thin, very watery. Smells kind of like Play-Doh. It does. I'm just gonna put it right here. Oh, I put too much. Why? I'm so heavy-handed. Okay, I'm gonna put it on my nose and my inner cheeks and then on my chin. This actually feels like lotion. It feels very moisturizing. It's actually more slick than their soft matte primer. Their soft matte primer gets a little tacky quick, but this one is very slick, like a moisturizer, like lotion. Jackie Aina didn't do this in her recent foundation video, but she does like to set her primer with powder, so I do want to try that today. But she didn't do it in her recent video, but I have seen her do that a few times. And then I've also seen her apply liquid highlight on the high points of her face before she puts on foundation, so I'm gonna try that too. I'm just gonna try all the tips I've seen her give out. I'm going to put this Derma Blend one on you see, I don't really care for my forehead to be primed because there's not much of my forehead showing. I'm just gonna layer them, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. This Derma Blend one is really sticky. It dries super quick. I can't even rub it in. That's how fast it dries. So I'm just gonna tap it. We're just gonna layer primers. She always layers primers. She always uses a bunch of different ones. I always felt like my skincare was a primer enough, but perhaps it is not. Yeah, this shit is sticky. It's sticky you can't rub it in. That's how sticky it is, or else you're gonna freaking rip your skin. Ooh, I'm excited. I want to see how unclockable I'm gonna look. I have a few, I got a dark ass pimple mark right there because I popped it. I popped it. Okay, it just had to be done. So I guess let's, press some powder into our primer. I'm gonna take this Morphe Bake and Set powder in the shade Banana. Oh wait, she uses a flesh tone. She does. Okay, sorry, just kidding. Don't note. I'm gonna take this Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Medium Deep 30. This one is very close to my skin complexion. I'm just gonna take a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take, a beauty blender. Let's just, lightly set this area of my face with powder before we go in with foundation. And my nose too, like everything be slipping off my nose. Just, light layers. She's a light layer kind of gal. Light layers, Ahliyah, light layers. We're thinking light today, okay? Light. Okay, this actually looks pretty good. Let's apply some liquid highlight before I forget. I'm going to mix both the Benefit Cosmetics High Beam and Sunbeam together. I like them both. Sunbeam can be a little too deep for my complexion, so I'm just gonna mix them together like boop, 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 and then High Beam. Yes. I'm gonna take like another beauty blender. I have like 2. Let's just blend this into our high points. Her concealer video really intrigued me. Like, I've never seen that before. Like 4 damn concealers, girl. Like, damn, she used 4 damn concealers. I'm like, damn, let me try that out. Okay, that's all blending. She does this too, so I'm going to mix, and I've done this in my last 2 videos. I'm gonna mix the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear and Sheer Glow together. I'm in the shade Tahoe. Boom, boom. Okay, let me try light layers. Okay, light layers, Ahliyah. Tips from the queen, honey. This combo is like impeccable. Like, it's so good. Yeah, this Fenty Beauty Primer smells like Play-Doh, girl. Alright, so I really like how my foundation looks, especially in here where I put the primer and set it with powder. It looks really good. So let's move on to concealer. What she did that was really interesting was apply a skin-toned concealer down first. I've never seen someone do that. And I was like, that's interesting. I wonder why. But then when she explained it, it made sense because I don't really take much flash photography, but catch me on a good day. And I always have flashback. I even have yellow flashback. I've taken a photo in flash. Even yellow powders give me flashback, so I cannot be clocked one day when I need to take flash photography at an event. Like, no. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty concealer. I'm actually gonna use 4 of them. I'm gonna use first the shade 345. This is really yellow, okay? This is really yellow, but we're gonna use it. This is what I am in their foundation. 330 is entirely too orange. This one is too orange as well, but it's a more complementary orange, okay? 330 has me looking like a whole Oompa Loompa. And I guess we're gonna let it sit, okay? Because Jackie Aina lets her concealers dry down a bit, but she applies it in a way where she doesn't really have to blend up here. She blends the edges, okay? We see that. She keeps her oh, this is yellow as fuck. She keeps her concealer kind of tight, but we have different face shapes, so I kind of have to bring mine down my nose a little bit because it just looks better on my face. She applies it all up under her eyes, so when she goes to blend it, she doesn't really have to blend up to her eye. She just blends the edges. I'm gonna keep it like that tight actually, but still in a triangular shape. That looks better for me. This is orange as shit. She says she lets it dry down, but she never says how long, so I guess I'll just wait like a minute or something. And then after this shade, that's when she applies a more highlighty shade. And then after the highlighty shade, that's when she applies a more warm shade on top. And then lastly, she applies a very Caucasian shade, as she says. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes. I'm gonna say that's long enough. I've never heard her say an exact time. She just says she lets it dry down. So she says she starts. Oh shit, this is low-key not budging. Okay, she starts at the edge. So let's just start at the damn edge. Let's blend the edges really good. Okay, and then she only like boom, boom, bams. Okay, let's just do boom, boom, bam. Okay, this one. Boom, boom, bam. Okay, I mean, that's what she says she does. So let's move on. She uses more of a brighter shade. So I'm gonna use my Becca, or should I use my Kevyn Aucoin? Because she used Kevyn Aucoin too. Shout out to that. That's my favorite concealer. Let's use my Kevyn Aucoin because I haven't put my Kevyn Aucoin under my eyes in like a minute. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Kevyn Aucoin. I use the shade SX09, and this is very creamy, okay? This one doesn't really dry down, but I'll just let it dry down. You know, we're gonna follow her method. Gonna put this right on top with a brush. Now this concealer is so good. The Kevyn Aucoin concealer, this has lasted me like 2 years, and it's like $50, so I think it's worth the buy. It's so good, it's so creamy, it's so full coverage. I'm gonna make sure more to make it thin because this concealer is very thick. Okay, thick with 2 C's and an exponential. I mean, and an exponent. Ain't been in school in a minute. All right, Kev the Quant on that eye. Put it on this eye. I'm also going to bring it down on my chin because I like this shade. This shade is really good. Put it on my forehead. She makes her forehead concealer so neat. I kind of just slapped mine on. So let's just kind of try to make ours neat today. This is not something I really need to do because my head wrap is covering majority of my forehead. We're just gonna do it for the purpose of bringing light into the center of our face. And let's just put a little strip down the center of our nose. Okay, now we're gonna wait another 2 minutes. We'll be back to blend this out. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes this time. Let's just start at our chin. I mean, I don't really expect the Kevin Aquan one to dry down at all because it doesn't for me. It's always been creamy and decadent. It's actually one of my favorite concealers. This actually looks so good. Blend out these edges. Okay, boom. And then she just boop, 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 boop. She like barely blends right here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, I'm trying not to blend that much. I'm just keep it like that. I'm gonna just allow the concealer to do its thing. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. And she also cream contours. The next concealer that she applies is another orange one. So I guess I'll use 330 by Fenty Beauty because this one is orange as well. And then the last one is a very light and bright concealer. So, okay, let's do this. And then while that's drying, we'll apply some cream contour. Gonna apply another orangey concealer. All right. This actually doesn't look half bad. Okay, 330 by Fenty Beauty is applied. And now as far as contour, this is not even something I do because I feel like it gets very messy and I just end up looking a hot ass mess. But I'm gonna take this Black Opal True Color foundation stick. This one is in the shade Warm Almond. I'm gonna use this to cream contour. I'm gonna start it up high though. I'm gonna start it up high, keep it right there, like so. Start it up high. And I guess I'll bring it around my chin too, so we can clock that. Okay, and then she blends it up into her doggone concealer. Do I even have a nice brush for that, or should I just use a sponge? I'm gonna just use a sponge. I'm gonna start to blend up. See, my mistake is I always blend down on accident. Like I don't even mean to do it, but I blend the cream contour down and that's why I be looking crazy. So I'm gonna try to just, you know, blend it up. Put it on the temples. She blends it all the way up into her concealer. Like she creates a gradient. This is probably something I couldn't do on like an everyday basis because, you know, I'm low-key impatient. Like waiting for shit to dry down, like I ain't got the time. But if I really like how this turns out, this could totally be a special occasion beat. See, I already blended it down too far. Okay, let's bring it up. Take some concealer, cut that out. Well, this foundation stick low-key a little too dark, but we just gonna do what it do. Blend it up, blend it up. Watch it all blend out. That looks really freaking good. Okay, let's blend out our jaw. Okay, now let's blend out this third concealer. Boop, 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 boop. It's interesting how she barely blends like this portion right here. It kind of makes me feel like that's a thick-ass layer of product, but we'll see how it sets and we'll see how it looks. But not bringing my concealer all the way down the sides of my nose. Actually, I like it because I be putting way too much concealer there and like it just gets, what do you call it? Clogged up like on the sides of my nose. And it just makes me look like I have a cakey ass nose for no reason. All right, and lastly, for concealers, she applies a very Caucasian shade. And I think the lightest shade I have is 290 from, yes, 290 from Fenty Beauty is the lightest like wearable concealer that I have. The other light ones are just, they're way too white. Okay, we're not gonna do that. And she pops hers in the inner corner. Yes, this one's very bright. Pop that right here. I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit farther down so we can open that up a little bit. Pop it right in the corner and bring this down just a little bit farther down than the rest. Okay, just let that sit. And then I saw that she puts bronzer, like powder bronzer on before she sets her face. So I'm gonna take Beijing Gal by Fenty Beauty. We're using a lot of Fenty Beauty today. We're just doing it. I love this shade so much. It's like my perfect bronzer shade. She kind of just dusts her on, so let me just dust it on without trying to disturb my base. I love a bronzed face, honey. I don't even contour anymore. Like, I just like to bronze. Bronzing sculpts the face as well. Contour just looks dirty and muddy to me if I go wrong. So, you know, I prefer the contour. I mean, I prefer the bronze tour, okay? Lightly. Okay, let's let this concealer sit for a little while longer, and then we'll blend her out and set the entire damn face. All right, we gonna blend out the last concealer. My under eyes actually look very smooth. Ugh, I'm just scared to set it. Okay, I'm scared. Blend this last concealer. Not gonna lie though, this is a lot of product. Like, this is a lot of concealer under my damn eye. But that brighter, you know, that brighter shade definitely opened up my under eye. I like the way that it just did that. That looks really good. I'm just put a little bit on my nose, you know, just a little bit. I love when Jackie does that. Okay, now we're just gonna do one last boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, that looks really freaking good. Okay, let's do this eye. Looks kind of good. So she sets her under eyes with a flesh tone powder first, and then a brightening powder. So we're gonna see how that's going to look. Definitely added some beautiful brightness. Just gonna do one last blend the sides. Okay, now we gotta set this thing. But I feel like I want to let everything sit for like another couple minutes because everything looks very moist. Now it's time to set. I'm a little nervous for this. So first, I'm going to use this Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Honey. This is their mini little powder thing. Honey is like exactly my skin tone shade. And I'm also going to use this Maybelline powder that I use to set my primer. I'm going to use Honey for my under eyes just to see how it's going to look. And then I'll use a Maybelline powder for like the rest of my face. Let me just make sure there are no creases. I promise Fenty Beauty ain't paying you, girl. I just decided to use all their products today, okay? I'm just tapping really lightly. Okay, we're gonna take Honey just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. You know, I can go heavy-handed with the powder. Gonna make sure it's just a thin layer, and I'm just going to press it under my eye. I'm not gonna apply too much powder because for why? Jackie told us, why the hell do we be applying too much damn powder? I ask myself this every time I go to set my face. Okay, so we applied a little bit of Honey. As you can see, my under eye still looks moist. But then we're gonna go in with a very light, well, not light, a banana shaded powder. Okay, under eyes are first lightly set with that powder. For the rest of my face, I mean, this is a mini and I kind of want it to last, so I'm just gonna go in with this Maybelline powder and just lightly press this into my face. This is a really good drugstore powder. It's like so good. Okay, Miss Aina. This is so interesting. Like, my under eyes are still moist, but they're not creasing. Like, you may have made some points. Okay, now let's go in with a banana powder. This time I am going to use this Morphe powder, Bake and Set in the shade Banana. And she bakes with this, but very lightly. First, I'm gonna apply this on my nose. My nose gets very, very oily. I'm gonna keep that right there. Then, we're just gonna take a little bit of powder, not too much. And she bakes with this. So I'm gonna bake as well. I don't even bake. I'm not a baker because I just feel it to be drying for no reason. I'm also gonna put some on my chin because I want that to be a little bit brighter. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eye makeup. I'm just gonna do like a very easy bronzy eye. That's the vibe I'm feeling today. I'm gonna try to keep this bake on until I'm done with my eyes so we can just press it into our eyes because she doesn't really dust it away. She just presses it back in with a brush. And then we'll just finish it off with some blush. Okay, some more bronzer, some highlight, a lip, and I'll be right back. All right, so we have a nice bronzy eye. My lashes doing a little something crazy. Let's dust off this powder. I'm gonna have to dust it off because I have a lot of glitter fallout from, you know, my shimmer on my lids. So I just need to dust it slightly off. It should just come right off because it's powder, honey. She's like a net catcher. Pretty much dust off now. I guess I'm just gonna pat this in like the Aina queen does. This actually looks really good. Like, honestly, my base has never looked better. Like, it looks pretty freaking good. This was a very time-consuming method, but I mean, it was my first time trying it. I'll have to get quicker with it, but I do feel like I would start to incorporate this routine into my routine. I really don't need to, but I'm just going to do a quick little, you know, a quick little thing right here. Quick little thing. I love how soft this all looks. I look like a walking freaking filter. And then I just need to bronze tour my nose. Jackie doesn't really contour her nose, but I like to. I kind of like how that looks. My head wrap is very top heavy today. Geesh. Yes, you know, just that subtle bronze tour on the nose. I love a pinched nose, honey. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna take some of this CoverGirl Outlast Active Setting Spray, Cooling Setting Mist. Just a light layer. I look pretty unclockable, if I do say so myself. Now some blush. I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild Pac-Man Blush Quad. I'm just gonna take the first blush, this one right here, and apply that to my cheeks. I'm gonna apply it more like on top of my bronzer because I've been putting like too much on the apples of my cheeks, and you know, Ahliyah, just looks like you look like a clown, okay? So I'm gonna keep it focused like right on top of my bronzer. And on top of that, I am going to put this Lancome Le Monochromatic blush right on top as well. This one's a little bit more pink. I need something a little bit more pink. Make sure everything stays blent. Yes, so pretty. Okay, and to highlight our face, I'm using this Artist Couture Loose Diamond Glow Powder. This one's in the shade Conceited. It's also on my eyes, and it is so good. It is so sickening. It is so wet. It's like liquid gold. It's so pretty. Okay, we're going to place that onto the high points of our face, only a little bit because a little goes a long way with this powder. She is beaming. Damn, this highlight is so pretty. I'm gonna be breaking necks with this glow, honey. All right, lastly is lips. My base, it looks warmer than usual, but it looks pretty unclockable, pretty impeccable. First, I'm just gonna line my lips with this Jouer. It's actually an eyeliner, but I don't really have a brown lip pencil, so this is brown, okay? We're just gonna line our lips real quick. It's an eyeliner, but it's like super creamy, so it works. Now I'm going to just fill it in with this Milani Satin Lip in the shade Lavish. Ooh, she feels very dry, but we're gonna go with it. It's already on. Smells like candy though. Probably should have went for a creamy lip. Boom, bam. Ooh, this lip looks actually really fitting. It looks really nice. I kind of want to keep it matte, but I already know myself. I won't enjoy it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and top it off with a gloss. This one is Opalescent by Lancome. Yes. Alright, you guys, so this is the result of me trying out Jackie Aina's face routine, her foundation routine, her concealer routine. I do prefer to be a little bit more highlighted under my eyes. I do think like using more orange concealers kind of makes me look a little bit more flat. I know Jackie Aina likes to look very soft. I think I'll go a little bit more lighter on the highlighting concealer shades since they mixed in with the warmer concealer shades and thus didn't give me, you know, the brightening effect that I like. Check down below in my description box if you want to know all of the details of everything that's on my face. I will list them down below as well as link them so you can shop them if you would like. I will try to keep my makeup on. It's like about 5 o'clock right now, 5 p.m. I'll try to keep my makeup on until about 10 p.m. So we give it 5 hours and we'll see how I look, okay? So how about let's just give it 5 hours and then in 5 hours I will hop back on camera and show you guys what it looks like, okay? All right.
6 hours later.
All right, y'all, it's been about 6 hours. It's 10:53, almost 11 p.m. So it's been about 6 hours and my makeup still looks very good. The only thing I will say is I feel a little cakey and I do wish, you know, my under eyes were a little brighter, but other than that, this technique in this face routine, it's like you're a walking filter. Like Jackie Aina really made several points. Sorry if my energy is a little low, y'all. I'm a little tired, okay? I did take some photos with flash on my phone. It passed the flash test. I didn't have any yellow flashback, no flashback whatsoever. This is a routine that I would totally do if I was going to an event so I can ensure I'm unclockable, so I can ensure I photograph well. Other than that, the face is sitting, honey. The face is making several points and the beat hasn't budged. I'm not oily. I didn't touch up. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video of me testing Jackie Aina's full entire face routine, go ahead and give this video can't even fucking say it. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new here and this is the first time being on my channel and seeing my face, I would love to see you in the next one. Subscribe to my channel and join me and the honeys, honey. And until next time, always remember, serve, honey, and I will see you in my next upload. Bye.